In a cave 2,000 meters underground, a woman had her clothes ripped off by two men, and her boyfriend Carl was right there watching. The two men, not being stopped, became bolder, and actually embraced the woman. Seeing this, Carl couldn't hold back anymore. He quickly stripped off his clothes and rushed forward. He held his girlfriend in his arms, covering her body with aluminum foil. All of this was to keep the woman warm. Fortunately, after being treated, the woman regained her strength. To care for his girlfriend, Carl suggested they rest there, but the captain refused. Because the cave would soon be flooded, they had no choice but to continue searching for an escape route. But they hadn't gone far before they were blocked by a cliff. Water below had gathered into a whirlpool, and anyone who fell in would be swallowed. It was already too late to turn back. The only way out was through a narrow tunnel. David decided to risk his life and build an escape cableway between the two openings. He slid down to the platform below, wedging a gear into the rock crack, then attempted to climb into the tunnel. The rock walls, worn smooth by the water flow, were difficult to climb. David struggled forward, but there were no more handholds ahead. He looked at the remaining distance and decided to take the risk. He asked the captain to loosen the rope, then lowered his body's center of gravity, and after carefully adjusting his breathing, David chose to jump. He grabbed the edge of the tunnel with both hands. The most dangerous part was over. They first transported the heavy gear through, then followed the cableway across. Everything was going smoothly, until it was the woman's turn. She had frostbitten hands and wanted to stop to rest. Carl thought something was wrong, so he hurriedly shone a flashlight to check. But this caused the light to flash into the woman's eyes. She slipped, and her body dangled in midair. David quickly joined the captain below, and together they held onto the equipment, trying to figure out a way to rescue her. But the woman's scalp was being torn off, and she couldn't bear the pain. She pulled out a knife, ready to cut her hair off. Even though the captain tried to persuade her, the woman couldn't take the pain anymore. And just like that, she fell into the abyss. Carl was heartbroken after losing his girlfriend. He finally realized how close death was. Soon, they encountered more trouble. A dark river ahead blocked their path, and they had to dive through. But there was only one respirator left for the three of them, while the others weren't paying attention. Carl took the only respirator and dived underwater to escape. Now, only the captain and David remained, and with no respirator, their only fate seemed to be death. Just when hope seemed lost, David suddenly smelled something foul. He followed the stench to its source, and found something black on the rock wall. When he took it down, he realized it was bat droppings. This proved that the cave could lead to the surface, so the two of them hurriedly crawled inside. The space in the cave was narrow, but this also made climbing a bit easier. They used their hands to brace against the rock walls, moving their bodies little by little. The two of them climbed up painfully, when suddenly, a faint beam of light shone from the side, illuminating their faces. They followed the direction of the light, and finally saw the long-awaited sunlight again.